Here we go. I think. Hey,
And
hey.
we are live.
Here we go. Uh-oh, that's me. Let me get rid of that. All right, I am on mute. I don't understand. Was that somebody else? I thought it was me. Uh-oh, that's me. Someone got their YouTube on in the background?
I do not.
Not muted? All right, I am on mute. I don't understand. Was that somebody else? I thought it was me. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh, that's me. Someone got their YouTube on in the background? I do not. Not muted? All right, hold on here. All right, is that better? Apparently, I had a second thing running in the background. Not sure why. All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to Tuesday Night Hangout. I have no idea what episode it is because I've been in panic mode. We are, well, I was going to, while Eric and Jade were down from Wisconsin to thaw out here in Florida, we were going to do the 200-hour maintenance, and some shipping issues happened, and they weren't able to get the parts in, and Eric wasn't able to do this for me to save me a whole lot of trouble. So, as nervous as I am, we're going to try to do this. I am not at all mechanically inclined. But Eric is confident that we can do this over YouTube and Zoom meeting. So here we go. Eric, welcome. How are you doing? And where can we find you?
Welcome. And you can find me here at Tuesday Night Hangout. And also welcome, Will. So we're going to jump right into this and kind of tell you what we did, what the backstory of this is. Shane asked to have that 200-hour service. So I did a little bit of research on it, and I found out a lot of information, some since I was there and some before. But what we have done so far is we removed of course, the head, and we removed the jug. We have honed out the cylinder, and if you guys don't know what that means, is we have a hone that you hook to a drill, and Shane, if you have that hone and you can show them what that is, and all it does is it basically cleans up the inside of the cylinder, and it deburrs any burrs that are in that cylinder. So it cleans it up, and it puts cross hatches back into the cylinder. Now from there, you have to determine what size cylinder you have. There's the hone right there. So
all right, so I just took it out. I just took it out of the package and it fell apart.
You're not allowed to touch tools.
Listen, I didn't do anything but take it out of the dang package.
I took that bolt off so it wouldn't spring open in the pack, but that's what it does, is it just spins. There's stones on those 3 feet, and yeah, so that's all it does. But anyways, just throw the parts back in the package. We'll fix that later.
Oh my goodness.
So it just cleans up the cylinder. Now, a lot of people didn't know this, but I'm going to share a screen here. When you're doing this 2-hour or 200-hour service, you have to measure your cylinder and find out what piston you need. Okay, so when I say that, I think I just lost half of everybody because can you enable screen sharing, Shane?
Yes.
Or I'll just talk. So what we need to do is we need to determine what cylinder we need. All of these 185s come with a cylinder, and the A cylinder has a dimension for it. And a lot of people don't know this. There's 5 different cylinders or pistons you can get. You can get an A, B, C, D, or E. And there's not much of a measurement difference, but you need to know which piston you need when you order a new piston. And you can determine that by a bore gauge will do it, telescoping gauge set will do it, or an inside diameter digital caliper will do it. Those are the 3 tools that you can use. Let's see, it still says host disabled that. But anyways, if you have questions about that, I can drop a link for it.
Oh, it says one participant can share at a time.
Okay. For some reason I can't.
Let me switch it to this and then go back to that. See if that works now, Eric.
Yep, that worked. All right. So
I put it on multiple can share simultaneously,
I
and
got
then
it.
I just switched it back.
all right. So let me bring this over here. Can you see this? Yes. So right here is your different piston sizes. And as you can tell, they go up in 0.01 millimeters. So it's not much of a difference. The pistons that you order will come with new rings. But if your jug is between like 65.945 millimeters to 65.955 millimeters, you need to get piston A or B or C or D or E. So it'll tell you basically what you need. So that will help with what piston we're doing. And now when we talk to the supplier told Shane we need to go right to piston B because we have over 150 hours, and that is what we did. We did not test those. Or check that bore on that cylinder. But the other thing is when you do that, check the measurement, you want to check it in multiple spots to make sure that that cylinder on the jug is actually still round. Okay. And if it's not, then you got to rework the cylinder, or you buy a new piston and cylinder set, and those are around $300. So anyways, we took all that out. We cleaned everything out. Shane runs avgas, so you have a lot of lead left over. And there was a lot of lead on the piston. There was a lot of lead on the exhaust. And I sat there and cleaned all the lead out of the exhaust with a fine sandpaper. And so I just went with a coarse sandpaper and just kept getting finer and finer and finer. That'll also, if the smoother you get that, the better flow you're going to have on that exhaust, and the better flow you have out, the better flow you have coming in. So if you can get the exhaust out, you're going to have good fuel air mixture coming in. Let's see, from there, what did we do? Cleaned up the head. There was a lot of lead deposit on the head, very little carbon, which I was surprised. The inside of the engine was coated with 2-stroke oil, which was a great thing to see. I thought there was more oil than I would expect inside of there. So that was kind of interesting. But let's see, Mad Sloper, did you use inside micrometer? No, I did not. We went off of we only have 100 or 200 hours on this motor, and the supplier said just go right to a B piston, and that's what we did. We did not measure it. I did not have any of my tools down there. So that was, I mean, you can only take so much on a plane. But anyways, so let's see, I'm trying to read this. Oh, Walter said I might have gone over people's heads talking about this. You just want to make sure that the cylinder is round. A piston is round, a cylinder is round. You don't want an egg-shaped cylinder because you're not going to get proper compression. We didn't have a problem before, so I don't think we're having a problem now with compression or runnability. So why don't you put the camera over to the motor and let's get started.
Here we go.
Quick question, and this is probably a good question. Paramotor NC Ben's asking if this is the kind of project you take on by yourself. If you've never done it before, or, you know, I mean, would you recommend this?
Okay, so I think watching this, you're going to realize that it's technical, but it's not technical. It's very simple, and that's where I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. And if I talk over somebody, please stop me and tell me to explain it, because I can, if I understand something, doesn't mean everybody understands it. So what the first thing we want to do is, as you can see, if you go back to Shane's motor here, we have we're going to remove I put that in there. That just keeps dust and stuff out of the engine block. That was just paper towel. You can use a clean lint-free rag, would be more preferable. But you can see the connecting rod sticking out of the block, and we're going to remove that roller bearing where the wrist pin goes, and we're going to replace that with a new roller bearing. When you do this, you want to lube up the new roller bearing with 2-stroke oil.
Okay, problem number one.
Yes.
This is what we're gonna replace.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get one of those. I got this.
Okay, that's the wrist pin.
That's
okay.
I ordered that. Let me double check my order real quick, because I don't have. Grab me the box that's on the table out there. Maybe I didn't take everything out. I don't know.
Mad Sloper asked if we did a compression test on this motor. No, we did not. We did not have any runnability issues on this. If we were having runnability issues, yes, we would have done a compression test. That would have told us things. We could have done a leak down test. The other thing is with these, the bleed port and the exhaust compression test on some of these can be a false reading. The other thing is the leak down test will tell us if we have bad rings or not. So we do not have a new wrist pin bearing.
I'm looking now. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Found it. Literally, Krista just found this in the wrapping. Why would they put it in the stupid wrapping? It was literally inside of that.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. This is going to cause me to drink even more because I'm nervous as all get out. So with
Mad
this,
Sloper,
I need.
Mad Sloper wants to, yeah, let's go ahead and lube that up with some 2-stroke oil. Mad Sloper wants to know what the typical overhaul will cost. Let's see.
I'm less than $200.
Less than $200
for the piston, and I bought 3 exhaust flanges because I've had some issues with leaky exhaust.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and just bought extras. I bought 3. I bought 2 extra. I bought 1 for this job, and then I bought 2 extras for later. But it's less than $200. So Eric, there's no right way or wrong way of putting this in. Just slides in.
Just slides in just like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab the piston, and the piston has 2 rings on it. The rings actually came on the piston, and if you look real closely where the piston rings come together, there's a little land in there in between. Hard to see there.
I had it for a second.
Yeah, right there. There's a raised.
It's just a little hole.
Yep, there's a space that tells you where to put those rings, and those are going to be in different positions. So one ring will be in one position, the other one will be on the other position. So if you line those up Well, first off, you will not get those rings to compress and get that into the cylinder. If you have those lined up on a engine that doesn't have indicators, it won't create good compression. Now on that piston, you have an arrow. That arrow on the head, on the top of the piston, that arrow will point to the exhaust.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
get the light to, if I shut the light off, then we're not going to see nothing in here.
Yeah.
So the arrow's right here.
Yep. And that's going to point.
Right
Yeah, there
there.
you go. We can see it. That's going to point towards the
And then here.
exhaust pipe.
And then you have my numbers that are on top of the piston head.
Yep.
Right there. Okay. So that's pointing down to here. Oh my God, I'm so nervous already.
Mad Sloper asked,
See,
did Shane
let's go.
lube the roller bearing? Yes, he did.
Yes. If my arm's in the way, please let me know.
Nope, you're fine. And then he's putting the pin through the piston into that roller bearing and then into the piston on the other side. And there is a ring that keeps that pin from going all the way through.
Give me 1 second. I haven't had problems like this in a while. And again, I am not mechanically inclined at all. There we go.
Look at
So
that.
it'll actually hit that pin that's on the other side here. So it'll stop then, right where
Yes.
it is now.
Yep. And now you can go ahead and put the keeper ring in on that side. The piston came with it already on the back side. Yep.
So the best way to do this is how?
Just start on one side and push it in. And
Okay.
yeah. Does he have a compression? Does he have a piston ring compression tool? No, Shane does not. These motors is a special compression ring compression tool. VW Beetles and Porsches use that special ring compression tool because it's not like a normal V8 engine or V6 engine where you have to put your piston in through the top. You actually put the jug over the piston, so you have to be able to disassemble it from underneath. These things are so small, you should be able to do these with your hand.
All right. Well, we're gonna have some problems getting this thing in.
Just don't drop it in the hole. You may want to put that paper towel back in there. Maybe a little bit more paper towel.
It's blocked.
Okay.
Well, it is me we're talking about here.
That's why I said put more paper towel.
Okay. I'm worried about losing my eyeball. Maybe, just maybe. I can stab myself. That's probably gonna happen. Yeah. All right, so we're
Mad
just waiting on
Sloper-
Shane to put one little.
Mad Sloper said Will looks extremely excited.
Just hanging out, watching.
Jesus, Eric, is this thing supposed to be that doggone wide?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to compress it down. You definitely, so what happens is if that thing doesn't spring into place and it slides out, that'll scar the side of the cylinder wall, and then you will be replacing that jug. So it does
Right.
have a little bit of tension there.
A little.
If you have your needle nose pliers, get one side in and take your needle nose pliers and push it in there.
All right, I've dropped it once, but found it. And my COVID wife is helping me out greatly. She saved me already with the needle nose. These are too damn small though.
That's what's in it.
I know. Let me see if I can do it this way. All right. Nothing like pressure.
Yeah, you got the world watching you, Shane.
That's
I
all right.
know.
Because you know what this is going to do is this is going to tell everybody, hey, I can do this. It is actually
Yeah.
very simple to do.
Yeah, if I can do it.
And you've never done it before, right, Shane?
No, I've changed the spark plug once or twice.
With help. With Krista's help, right?
Oh.
No.
All right, let me go grab the bigger needle.
I'll
All
go.
right, they're on. They should be on the.
Yeah,
Yes.
so let's see. Let me get some other stuff in here. There is, let's see here. I'm going to talk while he's looking for stuff and putting that in because I don't know if you guys know this, but you guys can find the torque specs in the Viterazzi owner's manual. Let me get this out of here. Let me go back to here. Screen share. So here is, oh, what the heck? There we go. Let me move these guys off to the side. Here is some torque specs. And it gives you specs all the way down to the little plastic connector screws, all you know, exhaust nuts, the studs, spark plug. And you have to do the conversion from Newton meters to inch pounds. So
how would you do that conversion? Where would you find the converter?
So what I do is I go and I'll show you. I have, gotta go back to screen share. There. Right here, I have a conversion chart. So it tells you your Newton meters here, all the way down, and then it has your inch pounds. So I don't usually just keep this on my desktop. I just looked it up and found this online. So it'll tell you, you know, what inch pounds you're going to use. These are not foot pounds, so don't get out your big half-inch drive foot-pound torque wrench because that'll go bad very quickly.
No.
Drop it again?
Yes, Krista, I dropped it again, and it's probably going to end up getting dropped again. And then I don't know what Eric did with the old one because I wanted to measure it because I think this thing is too doggone big.
The
But
old snap ring. If you look,
Yeah.
if you look inside the piston, I have it in the piston, upside down.
okay,
How long
it is
does
saying
Mad Sloper, how long does it take from start to finish? Typically about 3 hours. I sat there and
Eric.
yes, sir.
Eric, there's a timer counting down for 6 minutes and 25 seconds, and this ends. I don't know why.
Huh, I see that.
It says contact IT team to upgrade to Zoom Pro for limited group meeting minutes.
Well, let me get the IT girl right on that. I'm sure she's watching. But Mad Sloper, it takes about 3 hours. And it looks like Shane has 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
For those who didn't have access to the chart, I put a calculator converter link in the chat.
There you go.
All right, it's in there. Do I got to push it back in there all the way, or?
Yep, push it in so it snaps into its groove.
I got it, Kristen. I either got it or it flew away, one or the other. Oh, it's sitting right there. Sorry, dog. All right. It's in there.
Perfect. And it snapped into its little groove.
Yep.
All right.
I'm just pushing just to double check.
Yeah, so now the next thing we're going to want to do is kind of put some two-stroke oil on those rings.
On what rings? On the piston?
I'm sorry, say that again?
On these rings?
Yes, you want to just put some oil in there,
Okay.
make sure they don't twist away from their the sets in the groove. You know, where those marks are. And then once you lube those up, go ahead and start putting that piston on, just making sure that those rings stay in the proper place. And I'm going to quickly go into Zoom real quick. Hold on.
All right.
Is there any way to spotlight Shane?
Yes. I can change that setting. And when you know it, the hole that I need to, oh, come on already, to line up on is on the back side where it's hard to see. Wouldn't have it any other way, right?
Yeah, why make it easy, right?
Oh,
Okay,
geez, hold on, I'm about to block the.
Go ahead and do that,
Really?
Shane. Let's go ahead and end this live right now. We're going to go into Zoom and we're going to quickly do some maintenance that we have to do in there. I can't do it when you're logged in on your end. So, and then we'll
Okay.
come back and continue this. So if
right, so-
guys stick around, find us on a Zoom in like 10 minutes. We're going to come back on. We just have to go in there and do some janitorial work.